Hello, I'm Ivano Bellini here at Miami DJ Academy, and this is our online course, and this is lesson number 1. In this lesson, I will show you the equipment, I will teach you the basic functions of both the CDJ and the mixer, give you a little bit of explanation. Everything is simplified. I just want to point out, and I'll say it again throughout, this is top of the line equipment. This is what you're going to find in clubs, festivals, lounges, anywhere DJs are coming to play on a regular basis. This is the standard Pioneer DJ CDJ 3000 and the mixer DJM 900 NX2. Let's start with the mixer. The mixer is what controls the sound. It is the brain of the operation. This is a professional mixer, so it has 4 channels. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It allows you to control 4 sources of music. Of course, when you're learning to DJ, you're only learning with 2. Channel 1, channel 2. When you become extremely good with 2, you can start adding a 3rd one and a 4th one. But because it's a professional mixer, it is already available and loaded for 4 channel controls. So every channel has the same functions. The main one being the fader. Fader controls the sound output of this particular channel. Goes from 0 all the way to 10, back to 0. If you did your sound check correctly, it's pretty much where it stands. 0, all the way up, all the way down. It's rare that you start toggling with those faders up and here. It's always up, all the way down. So if you did your sound check correctly, you go from all the way down to all the way up 10, and then back to 0. Okay? Now, every channel has a mini EQ, equalizer. This is what controls the sound spectrum and the frequencies. Music and sound is made of 3 main frequencies. On the bottom here, it says low, it controls the bass. Bass is the bottom of the frequencies, the low frequency. Bass in a club, especially on a big sound system, what hits you here, right here. That's what makes you move. It's the boom, 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 boom. Then here you have the mids. The mids is the middle of the frequency. That's the heart and soul of everything. This is where you find most instruments, the vocals, and the melodies. Mid. And then here at the top, you got the highs. So the highs are the little tweet that go in your ears and messes up with your brain. And also what gives life to the music. You need all 3 frequencies to make the full sound spectrum. On these machines, the 0 point of the equalizer is straight up or at noon. There's actually a little click here. And then you remove some and you add some. You remove some and you add some, and always back at 0. Nowadays, most music, most songs are recorded and mastered at the optimum level. There's very little adjustment that you need to do with the equalizer from song to song, but sometimes a song needs a little bit more of this, a little bit less of that. If you play an older song, you might have to adjust a little bit because those songs were made with older computers and older software that were not as powerful as the ones we have today. Now, last one on that line. Black, 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 gray. Gray is the trim. It controls the amount of sound coming from your player into your channel. As you can see, you have lights here. As soon as I start playing, it will show you all these lights, and it will show you how much sound, how much volume is coming into your channel. With this gray button here, you adjust it. You always want to be at the optimum level. So the optimum level for us here is the second to last light, which is 6. 6 gives you the advantage that if there's a little spike in the music, you still have one more light as a buffer zone before it goes into the red. So you always want to be in that 6 region. Why? If you're too low, you're going to have sound, but you're going to miss on some of the energy, on some of the dynamic. And most important, you will never, never be in the red. When you go into the red, it means there is too much signal coming into your channel. It's overloading and your sound is going to be saturated and it's going to sound really bad. So avoid at all price to be in the red. So as I was saying, optimum level here is at 6 and you control this with that gray button here, which is the trim control. Those are the basic function of each channel. Also, the Q button here controls what you hear in your headphones. That's what you select. When it's on, it's gonna make you hear what's happening here, and this one on this one. Those are completely independent and also independent of the sound. One more button, really important, your headphones level. Adjust it accordingly, but always protect your ears. Your ears are your tools. And last but not least, the master level. This is what controls the sound output, the general sound output. This is something you set up at the beginning of your set, and usually you leave it right where it is. If you do a longer set, let's say you have a crowd, then you need to add a little bit more energy and there's a little bit more people coming, you will move it a little bit, but it's not something that you play with, go up and down while you're doing your transition. It is set there and it's usually where it says. Those are the main functions of that mixer. There's a lot of really cool gizmos and features that will go step by step as we go on throughout the course. There's effect, there's filter, there's noises, there's really a bunch of cool stuff, but the basic functions are the one I just mentioned. So to continue lesson number 1, we went through the main features of the mixer. Now let's go to the side of them, to the players. So those are the CDJ 3000. This is the latest model. They're called CDJs because until previous model, you had a slot here to play CDs. Of course, we're in 2025, no one plays CDs anymore, but they kept the name. Those machines are amazing. They have also a bunch of really cool features, but we're gonna go through quickly with the main features. So, you have the screen, your toggle here, and here are the main buttons. So you have the play button, pretty straightforward. Pause button, yes, it does a noise, but this is the pause button, play. And then you have the Q button, very important. Q button goes back to where you started. So usually it's at the beginning of the song. I press play, and then when I press Q, it goes back to your original cue point, which is usually at the beginning of the song. You can also, with the cue point, listen and or play or use it as a sampler by pressing constantly on it. And as soon as you release it, again, it goes back to the beginning. This can do a lot of cool features as you're playing, using later on hot cues and memory points. We'll get to that in further lessons. And also you can use it as a little sampler to make cool effects. Or you can just listen to the song and then release it and it goes back to the beginning as I was just saying. Now here you have 4 buttons. This is the search button, so it fast forward. And then this one, fast rewind, to go listen to different places in the song. And then those buttons, this goes to the next song on your playlist, next song on your playlist, previous song on your playlist, previous song on your playlist. Those are the main features. Now, very important. Here you have the tempo slide. So this allows you to modify the actual BPM of the song. BPM, beats per minute. We will get that. We'll get back to it in a few seconds. BPM, beats per minute. This song was recorded at 127 BPM. This is the playing BPM. Using the tempo slide, I can accelerate and or slow it down at will. faster, slower, and the actual BPM speed is written here. Let's go back to 127. Last but not least, the toggle. So the toggles have a few functions. There's one where you can accelerate and slow down a song really quicker and really slower by playing with the disc. So accelerating, slowing it down. Accelerating, slowing it down. But this is only temporarily. As soon as I release it, it goes back to the original BPM. So of course, you won't use this function like this while you're playing live because it sounds really weird. But this is what we use when we do beat match to correct slightly the tempo of a song to adjust to the other playing song by accelerating or slowing down a little bit. We'll get to it also in a little bit when I'll show you how to do a simple transition. So this is one of the functions of the toggle. The second one, when applied with a pause, you can fast forward or fast rewind at will to search and cue to another section of the song like this. Cue, and then you can play right here. Also, it has an extra function. Those CDJs have two playing mode. They have CDJ mode, which is a little bit more forgiving, and there's also vinyl mode, which is more meant to resemble playing vinyl. Of course, it says vinyl mode. So on vinyl mode, you can actually do scratching. If it's what you're looking for, that's something you can do. Just have to switch it to vinyl mode. Some DJs prefer vinyl mode, some DJs prefer CDJ mode. We realized that for starting DJ, for beginners, the CDJ mode is more forgiving because you can touch this and nothing really will happen. So my advice to you, stay on CDJ. Here are the main functions of the CDJ 3000.